We are back. Revinyl, episode 70 something. I don't even know. Year two. We're about to wrap up season two. And here we go, Craig, right before Christmas. This will actually come out the day after Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Craig. Merry Christmas, everyone. We got a little bit more, probably an abbreviated episode today, but we've got a couple of cool things we're going to do. Craig, how's it going, man?
Good, man. Just to let you know, it's episode 76. We just got notification last week congratulating us on publishing our 75th episode. So, yeah, this is 76.
Wow. So what would that be? By the middle of next year, we'll hit our 100th episode. That's going to be a big deal. I mean, when we get to 100, I don't know. I think we should send emails out, Instagram, direct message, whatever. Dave Grohl, Jimmy Page. I mean, there's got to be somebody that would join to celebrate our 100th. Or maybe it'll just be the dude around the corner that plays at El Azteca. I don't know. But we got to do something special for that 100th episode.
Might have to aim a little bit lower, maybe a local artist, but that's all right. I'm good with it.
Okay.
You'll never know if you don't try, right?
Yeah. I'll go talk to the guy at El Azteca. He'll be our backup plan. The guy who plays Jimmy Buffett songs on Thursday night.
Oof,
okay.
Rough.
Yeah, rough. We're going to do a couple things. So you had a great idea. You're going to do your top 5 discoveries from Revinyl from 2025, which I love. And I can't wait to hear. I have no idea where you're going with that. Can't wait to hear it. I'm going to do 5 gifts for Christmas that are music related. So I'm going to jump right in. Then after that, we're going to wrap up with some fun stuff with Uncut as we really plow through the rest of that list. It's been so much fun. But here we go. 5 things I bought for Christmas this year that are music related. The first one is giving the gift. And as a part of this, I want to spotlight things that people should be thinking about, maybe vendors, online stores, great gift ideas. Be a little late because it'll be the day after Christmas. But if you're giving out a late Christmas gift and you're trying to think of something, or for a birthday present coming up in 2026 or Christmas next year, here's some good ideas. Number 1, concert tickets. Always a great idea for a Christmas present. If you know someone that loves music and you're trying to think of what's a last minute gift, what's a stocking stuffer, a concert is always good. So I bought tickets for my son and my dad to go see the band Shadowgrass in February. Young, upcoming bluegrass band. Talked about them before on this podcast. I love them. They're so good live. Actually, a lot better live. They translate better live than on record or on Apple Music. Really good band, but it's going to be fun. 3 generations. My dad, me, my son, we all love bluegrass. So we're going to go see Shadowgrass. So that was a Christmas present for both of them. Next up, I bought my son, just turned 20, surprise Christmas present for him. He's a big Buck Owens fan, Craig. He loves the early Buck Owens stuff. He loves Bakersfield Sound. Got to talk a little low because I don't want him to hear me. But Omnivore Records, and I know you bought stuff from Omnivore before.
Mm-hmm.
I love. They had a huge sale, and I bought it's from the vaults. It's the Buck Owens vault. I guess he had a warehouse full of his records that I don't know if they never sold or whatever, but he had a warehouse full of them. So they come with a certificate. I think you bought one of those in the past, right?
Did you buy a bundle? I think I bought 10 of them.
Yeah. I bought some of his LPs. Well, one of the offers is it's 19 of his 45s throughout the years. And some of them aren't just in the regular brown sleeves or whatever. Some are the picture sleeves, which are pretty cool.
Right.
So I bought a bundle of, I think, 19. It comes with a certificate of authenticity as well as a promo letter. It's all packaged up in a bundle inside of a box. So I thought, super cool gift for my son. The next thing that I got, have you ever heard of a website are you familiar with Wolfgangs?
Never heard of it.
Oh my gosh. For anyone out there, if you're looking for promo photos or even professional photos of your favorite artist or band, and then a lot of music posters from back in the day, there's a website called wolfgangs.com. You can type in an artist, anything from Allman Brothers to, I don't know, Grateful Dead, Rod Stewart, you name it. And they have promo photos from the record labels. They have band posters, concert posters from back in the day. So my son's also a big Marshall Tucker band fan. And I bought a vintage promotional Capricorn Records poster for I forget which album it's from now, but it's a big poster. It's like 24 by 35, and it's original. And I'm gonna get it. I got to get it framed because it's been folded up for 45 years. So when you unfold it, you
Yeah.
got to be really careful. So he is going to love that. It is so retro, so vintage. Got that. Super awesome. Last two things I'll mention, actually, both for me, Craig. I bought myself a couple things for Christmas because my wife and I kind of look at it as, if I see something I really want, I'm to let her wrap it, put it under the tree. One is Numero. You know how much I love Numero
Yep.
records. They did a volume. It's called Soul Music of Illinois. It's a 2-volume book set, cloth bound, and it details all of the soul artists from the state of Illinois from, I don't know, 1959 to 1990. And it's cataloged. I haven't even opened it yet. It's going, it is, but it's a really cool set. They did one a couple years ago, similar for state of Indiana, also sort of outlining the history of soul music from that state. Now they did one for Illinois. Amazing. The research they put into this, old photographs, and then just list out a catalog of all the releases of all these bands. Super geeky,
Cool.
but really cool for the music lover, especially for soul music. The last thing, this is one that you can appreciate and love. Did you see Rhino Music, or Rhino did a new Coltrane box set? Have you seen that?
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, Craig. I got a note about this, or an email. It's John Coltrane, 1960 to 1964 mono. It's the Rhino High Fidelity series that they put out, and they
Yeah.
did limited to 2000, numbered 2000, in a red cloth bound case with the following 6 albums: Giant Steps, Coltrane Jazz, My Favorite Things, Ole Coltrane, Coltrane Plays the Blues, and Coltrane Sound. Not bad.
Those
Pretty
are
good.
those are some of his best albums for sure. My favorite albums.
Yeah. 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 So they put these together. They're mono. They're done in the Rhino High Fidelity, limited to 2000 worldwide. I jumped on it when it came out. I thought I better buy it soon or it'll be gone. Wasn't cheap, but it'll be worth every penny of it. They did this with ZZ Top earlier this year. Those are now sold out and out of print. So I jumped on this one. I'm super excited. So that's another Christmas present for me. So those are 5 things. So Rhino, Numero, Wolfgang's, Omnivore, and then buy tickets. What we got there? What is that?
So did you receive this catalog from Numero?
I did. Yeah.
If you look at this, just goes to show the detail that Numero puts into everything they do, from
Yeah.
curation to packaging. This catalog is amazing. It's a fold out, and each section features a different genre, give some examples of what is in that genre. It might be the entire collection. So as it gets, bigger, it gives you more
Yeah.
options. This is so well done. This is marketing 101. Brilliant.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
guys are top notch. So I found the irony of that, because this catalog's been sitting here. I don't know if I really want anything off of this, but I can't get rid of the catalog because I just think it's beautiful.
I will
Um,
never throw it away. I
yeah,
agree with you. It's so well done.
yep,
I've got mine sitting over there beside some of my latest purchases, and I want to flip through it. I own most of the eccentric soul series from Numero.
yeah,
I probably have 20 or 30 of those.
those are great.
They're unbelievable.
Yeah,
Some of them they do as a compilation of a particular label that no one's ever heard of, with a bunch of artists that no one's ever heard of, but they found it. They dug through crates and went into the studios at 20 years after they released their last record. They just do such a good job. Like you said, the curation is amazing.
yeah. Just brace yourself if you get into that, especially this soul series. just brace yourself for finding your favorite new band that you'll never find anything else from. I mean,
Right.
this stuff is so rare, and you'll hear that something on the compilation, you go, "I have to have more of that," and there is no more of that.
Yeah. You'll
Or if
just
there
have
is,
some.
you're not going to find it because if you could find it, they would have found it. So
They would have put, yeah, and that was the other thing. There are a few like Willie Wright where they did an entire album, or Lou Ragland,
yeah, those are
a
great.
couple of those. The Notations, I think, is another one where they did a full album, but most of it is, it's really an A and B side. In a lot of cases that you read the stories behind it, and it's some guy, Jim Smith, who started a record label in Chicago in 1960, and he would let people come in and record songs, and then he would put it out as a 45.
Yep.
That's the kind of stuff you get, and some of the songs are so brilliant, and you go, how did this escape mainstream?
It's
It's a
amazing.
treasure.
The label is fantastic. We'll move on, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just classic soul. It's not just stuff that's super rare. When they curate something like they did Majesty Crush's album as well, and they did a phenomenal job on it. And that's, underground shoegaze. It should be seen as a classic, and they see it as such. So, and they did such a great job on it. So that is a top 5 label, bar none, if not maybe the best label out there. So.
Absolutely. And we love Coal Mine too.
Yep.
That was going to be, if I did a larger list than 5, I would have talked about Coal Mine Records and Plaid Room, the record store.
Yep.
Amazing. They do such amazing work. But yeah, so that's my list.
Sweet.
How about your discoveries? I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, so I just thought, let's talk about what we've discovered this year, what we've discussed this year. And a lot of this comes from Uncut. In fact, 3 of them come from Uncut, and then a couple of other resources that I thought were really cool too. We'll start off with the first discovery, which is Haircut 100, Pelican West. That album is excellent. And I wouldn't really have thought to listen to it had not Brent Brent Mann has that 101 greatest one hit wonders. This came in at number 26 with Love Plus One. I love that
Yeah.
song. I don't know why I've never thought to listen to this album. This entire album is excellent. This is a classic new wave album. It reminds me a lot of English beat, but minus the reggae aspect of it. It's really good. I don't know if you've dove into this album, but it's excellent.
I love them. It was one of the ones I mentioned on my favorite new wave. I think I had, was it Boy Meets Girl? Maybe I did Love Plus One, but yeah. And then the Nick Hayward solo stuff,
It's great.
man, love him.
Yeah.
Love his solo stuff.
Yep. It's kind of like I give the correlation of that. Like I think of what Case. Why am I drawing a
Like
blank?
Peter Case with
Peter
Plimsolls.
Case and the Plimsolls. Like I love the Plimsolls, and then it took a record store owner. We go back to our let's plug a record store owner. He's actually sold it, but Ella Guru, you had Don said I picked up the Peter Case record and I go, man, I really love Plimsolls. Is this good? And he goes, that is my favorite thing he's ever done. It's just a solo record. It turned me onto it. It definitely turned Kevin onto it. Kevin and I share that back and forth. It's a perfect Sunday album. Same thing with this. Nick Hayward stuff's great. I just never thought to listen to Haircut 100. It is excellent. This is an album I want. If I see it on vinyl, came out in 1982. Excellent. Next up for me came from the Uncut top 500 albums of all time. This was number 4, which I was shocked. This was number 4. Now, take into account, this is in the UK. It's a band called Bark Psychosis. The album's called Hex, released in 1994. This is what All Music gave it 5 stars. So All Music Guide knows the potency of this album. And I'll just give you a brief quote: a masterpiece of unrivaled beauty and complexity. It is a beautiful, beautiful album. It's a bit challenging at times, but man, this album is gorgeous. It just doesn't sound like this is something to kind of zone out to. You're not typical song structures. It's kind of like listening to ambient music, but it's not ambient. It's ambient-ish. It is excellent. And I really thought Bark, with a name like Bark Psychosis, I thought that's got to be like a Steve Albini kind of pound you in the head, kind of a just really aggressive punk band. Couldn't be further from the truth. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Number 3 came from you seeing this tribute band in Athens earlier this year. That's the Michael Shannon REM tribute. It's not something I'm likely to see definitely in Athens, but if they come to any of the surrounding areas, even if they go to Charlotte or Asheville, uh, I would definitely come see them here if they played here. Athens would be impossible. It's just going to sell out so quickly, be too expensive. But after seeing Michael Shannon's passion and dedication to it and hearing the clips and hearing how closely it sounds to early era REM, this is something I would want to witness. This turned me on to kind of the tribute aspect of it because they do it. They don't dress up like REM. They're not trying to ape them in a way. They're just doing it in a very poetic, very beautiful way. I would love to see this band live for sure.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And then the last two for me were just big albums from Uncut's top 500 albums of the 90s. I'll feature the first one. It was 476 on the list. It's a band called Silver Sun. I'm telling you, self-titled album from 1997. I had never heard of this band. When I saw the album cover, I go, I don't know about this. It's pure power pop, man. It is just a power pop masterpiece. Well crafted, earworm after earworm. It's one of those albums. After you get done listening to it, you'll be humming along several of the songs. Excellent, it's right up your alley. I think you would definitely dig it. If listeners, if you're into power pop, this is power pop. It's got some grit to it, but very Beatlesque. Great harmonies, great band. And then the most recent one, I think this came up last episode. Yes, it did come up last episode. It was number 90 on their list. It's a band called Shack. The album is Water Pistol. Man, I'm telling you, Michael Head, I love this guy. I talked about how every time I come back and I hit shuffle and I see Michael Head and the Strands, the Magical World of Strands, every time that album comes up, I'm just so happy. That is definitely more of kind of a melodic, kind of a chill album. This, I'm telling you, Shawn, this is one of the best Britpop albums out there. It is fantastic. It's jangly at times. It is Britpop in a jammy kind of a way. You know how Britpop bands can get real groovy, kind of Stone Roses-esque, real expansive songs. I had some yard work to do. I realized we had so much wind the other day that a couple of limbs off our oak tree had fallen down. So I had to kind of break that stuff down. And so I needed firewood. And so I'm going back there and I'm just like, I had a saw and I'm just sitting there and I played it on my phone. And I'm just like, where have I been? Where have I? How did I miss this album? And this is a tie-in too with our frustration of things that don't get re-released. I remember when I went back and tried to find the Magical World of the Strands on vinyl. There's only one version of it, one variant. It's very expensive. I think the last one sold for $150. The cheapest copy of Water Pistol on Discogs right now is $325. So,
yeah. Well, two comments on that. One, I need to go back and listen to that album. I think I've heard a couple of the individual songs, but HMS Fable, we talked about it last week. I love that album. There's so many good songs.
I'm telling you, it blows. Because I had HMS Fable on CD when that got released. It blows that album out of the water because that album amps things up, adds a lot of guitar. That's a product of them tempering their sound, or not tempering but adjusting their sound to this Water Pistol is them doing Britpop. It's so much better. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna check it out. The other thing is I'll go back to the same old tired comment I always say. Anyone listening, if you work for Record Store Day, just go to Discogs and look at some records that are selling for $300 or $400, and maybe that'll give you an indication of the type of albums that people really want and they're willing to. Especially if you look, it's one thing to list an album for $300 and no one ever buys it.
Right.
But when you look at an album and you go, I'll give you a perfect example. Whiskey Town, Stranger's Almanac sells for $150 consistently. $150, $170. Pneumonia, the follow-up album by Whiskey Town, $150, $200. That'd be a great idea. Or we could just release Randy Newman's Trouble in Paradise, the Kitchen demos, and then maybe next year do another Randy Newman demo record that no one's ever going to listen to again.
Yeah, I
So
don't
yeah,
know if this I didn't recognize the label, to be honest with you. It wasn't on a label, prominent label that I recall. Maybe in the UK it was at the time. So it could be a rights thing. Maybe they don't have the
yeah,
masters. I don't know. I see this a lot though. I see this a lot with some really, really good albums. And it's something that was released on vinyl. This is in the vinyl era. 95, I
yeah,
know isn't like peak vinyl era, but people still buying once you start getting into the late 90s at that point, it's CDs exclusively. Yeah, I agree with you. It's very frustrating. It's an album that no doubt, if that would have been $50, Shawn, I would have bought it on the spot. Like
yep,
just right there. And
absolutely.
that's not cheap. You know, I don't really have 50 months bucks to be just throwing around, especially after Christmas. And we just came from
Yeah,
Spain. But I would have found a way to do it. I probably would have sold something to counteract with it. But in telling you, it is so good. HMS Fable is really good. Uh, it's a really good album. This is a classic. It is a classic. It doesn't sound like the latter era stuff like the Oasis and Supergrass and Blur, and it doesn't sound like that. This sounds like early era Britpop. I love Michael Head's voice. I just do. I mean, it's so flawless, but it's so effortless for him. He's not straining at any point, and they're just such a great band. So there you go.
you have inspired me. I'm actually pulling up Discogs right now, and I'm going to put this on my want list to follow to
Yeah.
see when it comes back available. Yeah, right now, the cheapest copy of Water Pistol, maybe because people have been listening to this, $318.
Yeah,
Wow.
to me, it's just crazy. This is one thing. This is a request, Discogs. If you're listening to this, um, there's so many requests I have for you. For one, if I'm looking for something, don't give me the cheapest price at base price. Give me the cheapest price with shipping included. It's so
Yeah,
frustrating to compete with people that are selling something in the UK and they're selling something for $75, but then they're charging $50 to ship it. And so it comes out to 125. And I'm like, meanwhile, I'd like to list it with free shipping for $100, but I'm so far down because there's 8 other sellers that are selling it in the UK. That's been my beef forever. But thinking about this, if you put this on your want list, that's great, but it's only going to find that variant. I would love to be
right.
on a wait list for this on vinyl, period. I'd like to be able to have an
Yeah.
option go Shack, Water Pistol, any any variant, because say you like Led Zeppelin or say Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Do you know how many copies or
Hmm.
variants of Dark Side of the Moon? There's probably 250 different vinyl variants out there. You would literally have to go to every one. Now, granted, they're not all created equal and people want specific ones. But when you're talking about an album that only has one variant, I would take a reissue any day because I'm never going to pay $300 for this album. I mean, I think it's a
Right.
classic, but unless I win the lottery and $300 to me becomes the equivalent of $25, it ain't going to happen. So,
Right.
I want them to reissue it, and I wanna be notified when they do reissue it. So that's what I'm on the I would have loved to have, like I need to kinda keep in the loop because I would have loved to have known about that Coltrane box set because that's right up my alley. I mean, all that is his era. The Atlantic
Yeah.
recordings for Coltrane, it's not super avant-garde. Every one of those albums are classics. Giant Steps is a top 5 jazz album for me, at least top 10. Um, I just don't get notifications. So, but this is one thing where this is something Discogs could do. They could say, okay, if you're not picky and you just want to have this on vinyl, we'll send you a notification when that comes available.
I would, if I were you, I'd go look. I think the Rhino, I think there's still copies available to buy
Hmm.
when when those 2000 sell.
Oh,
That it's $250 right now, and there won't be a better version. I mean, the packaging is beautiful. It's the Rhino high fidelity version of all 6 of those.
yeah.
It's numbered and it's selling for 250. I guarantee you we should try to I'll try to remember this. This time next year, end of the year, we'll look at that and I guarantee you won't be able to find a copy for under $500 of that box set and it's 250 right now. because the
see it.
ZZ Top
It,
print.
it's still available. I'm gonna buy it. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's
Yeah.
so beautiful. Is it not just the red and the black? I mean, it's just
Yep.
it's awesome. All right. Let's do this. Let's just do 5 uncut. We'll
Okay.
do a little bit of an abbreviated episode today, and then we'll get back into it after the new year. But let's do 5. Let's wrap up the year with the 5 uncut. Let's see if we hit on any bangers
That's
or
actually
any of our typical next.
that's actually good, Sean, because we are actually down to, believe it or not, there are only 47 selections left.
Okay. Well, then let's do 7. Let's wrap up the year and do 7. So
Cool.
we go into next year with 40, and then we'll do that 4 times, and we'll have wrapped that up. So let's do 7. And we'll just do next like we always do. So here we go. Craig picks the numbers. He has no idea. If you haven't heard this before, he has no idea. This is the Uncut 500 Greatest Albums of the 1990s. He picks a number that he hasn't picked before. He tracks it, and I pull it up, and we talk about it or we move on. Fire
Awesome.
away, Craig.
All right. Let's go with 206.
206. The band, the KLF. The album is called Chill Out.
Yeah.
That's a next for me, but you're nodding your head.
Yeah, that is an album. I only know of this. I've never listened to it. That at one point was one of the more sought after CDs in my CD warehouse days. That was so far out of print. And that is supposed to be I don't know if you put that, categorize that as just dance music, because you know the song KLF, you know the band, they had a hit on the radio, but Chill Out is supposed to be their classic album, and I don't know if it was a label thing, but that thing was so far out of print, and a guy was on hold for that, and he said, if you get that in, I'll pay you $200 for it on CD.
Good.
In like
That's great.
1994. He goes, I am dying. I've been looking for this thing everywhere. And in like 94, this is before Amazon, eBay were really huge. He goes, legitimately, name your price. I want it. And we never got it in. I worked there through forever. I worked there off and on for probably 10 years, working, even part-time with, and it never came in. So obviously
It might have been it might have been self-released because it's 1990 and the record label shows up as KLF Communications.
Mm-hmm.
And what it says is before they invented, so this is before they got famous, before they invented stadium trance, the KLF went ambient, collaging cultural detritus together and setting it to the kinds of lambent synth washes that Tangerine Dream took to the bank.
Yep.
With a whiff of pranksterism, it's still a gorgeous drift. Wow, that's a lot to say in 2 sentences, but there you go. All right. Well, okay, we'll move on.
All right. What about 168?
All right. 168. John Prine, The Missing Years.
Oof.
I don't know if I've ever really listened to The Missing Years. I love John Prine. He is I think he's an American treasure for his songwriting, especially his first few albums.
Yep.
I don't really know this record. I'm assuming The Missing Years. It's probably a compilation of stuff, maybe, but I need to go back and listen to this. I love John Prine, but I don't know this album.
I'm looking because I was just wanting to make sure I didn't have anything, Bruised Orange, Common Sense, Sweet Revenge, Diamonds in the Rough, and classics. But these are all 70s albums. They're awesome. Every one of these albums are he was amazing. Maybe you're right. I bet this is probably a collection of things that maybe weren't released on that album, but John Prine gets a thumbs up for me just for being John Prine. So
yeah, his lyricism. Y'all, if you've never listened to John Prine before, it's unbelievable. He paints pictures. It's a movie within a song. He's incredible. So anybody,
he could come up with something that is just most devastatingly sad, and yet his sense of humor and wit makes it not seem so sad. He is the ultimate web weaver of songwriting. I love the guy. Yeah.
Storyteller. He is a true storyteller. All right, what's next?
Let's go with 238.
Oh yeah, you're making me work here, bouncing me around. Here we go. 238. Oh, you love this record. Midnight Marauders, Tribe Called
Oh
Quest.
my gosh, yeah. I mean, this is what year was that? 92, 93?
93.
Yeah. Man, this is the era of hip hop that I love, and Tribe Called Quest was just unlike. I mean, seriously, this to me is my favorite era of hip hop, and it's called conscious rap. I think it was what they referenced it as. There was always a message behind their music, but it didn't seem like they were preaching. They were just telling you like it is, but it didn't come across as heavy. It didn't come across as wagging their finger or anything. These guys, they just had a vibe. Um, it's kind of organic in a way. I don't know if that makes sense. There's just never been a band quite like Tribe Called Quest. They're awesome. You got to put them up there with like De La Soul, and just I love this style of hip hop. If there was more of this, I think I would probably be a massive hip hop fan. We need more Tribe Called Quest out there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Next up.
What about 136?
All right. Speaking of hip hop, and this one really, really, really was the beginning of an era. Eminem, the Slim Shady LP, his first record.
Yeah.
I remember when I heard, and I went through a very big Eminem phase. There was something about his delivery style that I just really liked. And those first couple of albums, I thought with Dr. Dre's help, and Dr. Dre probably doesn't get enough credit. It was just fun. It was I loved listening to that. It was great workout music for me. But the first time I heard him with My Name Is, it was a little different. And his delivery, his voice, he was this nerdy rap guy kind of thing,
Yeah.
weirdo, whatever. He had this whole vibe going. But I really loved early Eminem. Really, really loved it. I don't really listen to him much anymore, but the early records I really enjoyed. The Marshall Mathers LP, Slim Shady, good stuff.
I've always liked his sound. I've never really dove into an album. I have heard this album in its entirety because we had a lengthy trip from our. I was working as a corporate recruiter at the time, and the owner's daughter took me and another fellow recruiter to a networking event, and we ran into a lot of traffic. And I just remember her playing the single, and just she was so. I mean, she was younger, much younger. Uh, I mean, literally, I can't remember the guy's name, Jonathan, I think. We both thought in the back seat we were going to die. I mean, he was in the back seat, I was in the passenger seat. We thought we were going to die because she was driving so fast, so insanely fast. And she was just like, dun, 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 just going back and forth.
Yeah,
And I go, I got to admit, this is really catchy, but I'm a little fearful for our safety right now. Um,
yeah.
I liked a lot of what I heard. At that point in time, I wasn't really big into hip hop, so I never dove beyond that experience. But I respect the heck out of him. I like his style. He's a fantastic rapper. If you haven't seen 8 Mile, it's an amazing movie. It
Hmm,
really is.
great.
It's fantastic. He's truly talented. So thumbs up on that album for sure.
No doubt. All right, three more.
Three more. All right, I'm gonna have you diving back a little bit. What about 189?
Oh yeah, great record. Jayhawks, Hollywood Town Hall.
Oh, I
I, yeah,
I have such an affinity for this album. I know that I really like Smile. Tomorrow the Green Grass. I mean, I think they did get better. I think they put out better out. I think Tomorrow the Green Grass is probably a better album from start to finish.
that's my that's my favorite.
But I love this album so much. My girlfriend at the time, she and I would take road trips. We were going to school. We lived in Gainesville. We're going to Gainesville College at the time, but we would have to commute to Atlanta to go get music. And I distinctly remember she bought Hollywood Town Hall and she bought Jen Blossom's New Miserable Experience. And I got School of Fish, Human Cannonball, the second album. Not as good, but still a great record. And I got Dinosaur Jr., Where You Been? And I remember feeling like my stuff was so not palatable compared to hers, because
Yeah,
it was just like Gin Blossoms is just undeniably some of the best indie alt pop out there. Just great album. And I
love
just
that
remember
album.
hearing Waiting for the Sun. I go, oh, I heard this on the radio the other day, and just listen to that whole album going, wow. And so we tried to jockey back and forth. We started with Hollywood Town Hall because it was about an hour drive. Uh,
Yeah,
and so we started with Hollywood Town Hall. And the minute I played Dinosaur Jr., she's like, really? I don't know.
yeah,
I'm not feeling this. So we went immediately to Gin Blossoms. But so I sentimentally have always loved that Jayhawks album. I remember that moment. And I remember not even really liking alt country at the time or Americana at the time and thinking, this is damn good. This is
yeah.
like really good.
I always thought when I first heard them, I thought they reminded me of a country Fleetwood Mac. I
Yeah.
don't know, just something about I love them. Again, like you, Tomorrow the Green Grass, probably my favorite. This is probably my second favorite album. All right, next up.
All right. 109.
All right. 109. Ooh, it's taking me a long time to find this one. Okay. This is going to be a next for me. Underworld, second toughest in the infants.
Underworld, I recall being I'm really bad with some of these electronic genres. It's not it's kind of like what dark dance music maybe? Maybe kind of up there with Chemical Brothers but a little bit darker, a little bit heavier maybe. What does the
Yeah.
bio say?
Oh, I just pulled it back out. Let's see here. 109 Underworld. Let's see. It says about this one.
Maybe trip hop? Are they
No.
trip hop?
Yes. Let's see. Still never mind the success of their Born Slippy, emboldened Underworld to continue chasing down their driving techno sweets.
Yep.
The Wish You Were Here of 90s electronic albums and No Bad Thing. Okay. Well,
I will definitely check that out because
yeah.
I'm digging that vibe more than I probably did at the time. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
All
Born
right,
Slippy.
you
Okay.
ready? We're gonna skip a bit here. Get ready to turn some pages.
All right.
22.
Oh, I landed right on it. I love it. And I love this album. I haven't listened to it in a long time, actually. But when it came out, let's see, what year was that? 98.
Yep.
Air, Moon Safari. I had just never heard anything like it. It was so
Yeah.
cool and suave and felt a little bit, I guess they're French. It felt like a runway album to me.
Yeah.
It sounded like an album that you would have Versace or someone playing at one of the big runway events. It was just such a cool album to me. And I never really followed on with them with Virgin Suicides or any just dropped something or any of the other records, but I loved Moon Safari so much.
I'm gonna be honest, I've never heard it. I've never
Oh my
listened to
god.
that, and it has always been highly regarded. I think they did an anniversary edition of it. I think that's one of those things where Pitchfork went back and retroactively reviewed the album. It's one of those things they do on Sundays.
Yeah.
I've never listened to it, but I'm open to it for sure.
It's probably one.
I couldn't tell you a single song or anything that they sound like. I just assumed that it was kind of light dance music maybe.
Yeah, it is light dance music, but it's very sophisticated sounding.
Yep.
Sexy Boy, I think, was the big hit off of it, if you will.
Yep.
But it's a great album. It's in my top 50 records of the 90s. I was going through that phase at the time with Stereo Lab, High
Yeah.
Llamas.
Do love
Air
Stereo
kind
Lab.
of falls into that category. Not as maybe complicated as Stereo Lab, but it's so good. Yeah, I love that
It's
record. I'm
anything like
glad to see
Stereo
that.
Lab, I'm there for it. So I'll definitely check
Yeah,
it out.
yeah, for sure. 22. That's way up there.
Yep.
All
That's it.
right. Well, that's it. We did 7, so we have 40 left that we'll do. We'll plow through that the first part of next year because that'll be fun to wrap up. We've got some surprises because you're saving some of the best for the last.
Yep.
Can't wait for that. But hey, Craig, Merry Christmas to you
Merry
and your
Christmas, man.
family.
Yep. You
And
as
Merry
well.
Christmas to everyone out there. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. We've got people all over the world that listen to this podcast. We see it when we look on our what am I trying to say? When we see on the website all the different countries that are listening to the podcast. It's super cool. Obviously, both of us being in the States, we automatically assume a lot of people from the States would listen to our podcast, but seeing people from all over the world listening is really cool. So thank you very much to everyone. And we will be back you'll hear this the day after Christmas, and then the next episode will be in 2026.